Good morning, everybody. Terry here, along with Miss Lucy, and we got a good one for you today. Now, a lot of people, maybe I'm driving them nuts on what type of vehicle. I'm just spitballing ideas out there for y'all. But I have a way of looking at vehicles that is different than some people, so I thought I'd give you my take on it. A lot of people, they get this vehicle, then that vehicle, and then that vehicle, and to me, that's okay. It's like, when you're 19, 20 years old and you're single, maybe you're renting a room somewhere, and then all of a sudden, here's boyfriend, or you get married, now you need a nice little one-bedroom apartment. Then a couple of years go by, and boom, all of a sudden, a kid's on the way. So, you're going to need something a little bit bigger than that one-bedroom apartment. Well, being in a van is just like that. I started out in the 70s in a Vista Cruiser station wagon, which I absolutely loved. My second husband bought me a Brougham, which is basically a 21-foot wide body. You had the shower on one side, the toilet on the other side, which was really nice. And I lived all the way up to a 40-foot bus with my husband. But what is the keystone? What's the most important thing in picking a vehicle? And I want to turn it around. All right, if you had to pick one thing in your life that you couldn't live without, you just couldn't live without, what would it be? What hobby would it be? I mean, some people can't live without their motorcycle, so maybe they need to pull a trailer with their motorcycle. What couldn't you live without? Years ago, when I met Swanky, this was before she kayaked all 50 states. This was before, and she was telling me her dream to kayak in all 50 states. And she basically had a big van and a big trailer because she wasn't going to rent a kayak in every state every time she went there and hope that they had kayaks available for her to rent. So that was the type of vehicle she needed. Another one of my girlfriends wants to go scuba diving, her and her dive buddy. Well, that's an awful lot of equipment to carry, so that's a consideration to figure out. Now, I do watch Dr. Sonny Lee, and him and his wife live in a Toyota Sienna minivan. Like I said, I would probably need something a little bit bigger than a Toyota Sienna minivan, to live with another person. But he does, and he has a really nice van build. And then some people, I'm not going to say they look down at us vehicle dwellers, but they need to be out there glamping. So they need a truck big enough to pull a nice trailer. I know people that collect rocks everywhere. Rock counting's their hobby. They love it. Like when we get to quartzsite, there's a club that you can actually rent equipment for gold panning and sluicing. I love that, and metal detecting. I love metal detecting, but I don't want to carry all that equipment, so I'm glad that I can rent it. But the key is figure out what the one thing is that you really, really, really want to do and build your vehicle around that. So me in the future, okay, I'm always telling people to face their fears. And my biggest fear is to pull a trailer. And, maybe I don't pull a trailer. Maybe I'd love a trailer, but I'm too afraid to pull it. So I know in the future, I'm going to be pulling a trailer. It may only be for 3 months, but I want to get over that fear. So I'm going to need a vehicle big enough that can pull a trailer. Now, I do like Slim Potato Head. He pulls a small trailer with his Jeep. So that's a kind of nice setup. This way he can go more off-road. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, face your fears. But do you want to do a lot of stealth camping? I mean, that's your big thing. You want to go into cities. You want to see a bunch of museums and, go to art shows, do whatever. You don't need a big vehicle for that. Do you need to make money on the road? I know someone that's going to buy and sell antiques. So yeah, they're going to need a big van to be able to accomplish that. A really big vehicle. So that's pretty good. Are you considering work camping? Some places won't let you live in a van or a car if you're work camping. They want you in an RV, so you need to check that out. Or what if you don't have a big monthly income and you don't want to work? Let's say you're under $1,000 a month. Then you probably want a vehicle that can get 40, 50 miles per gallon and be pretty stealthy, right? Yeah, I would. That's definitely what I would do. What if you're 6'3" and you want to be comfortable? That could be your one big thing, and you want to build your vehicle around being comfortable. What about portable sports? What kind of sporting equipment are you going to take with you? I know a lot of people like froth, which is frisbee golf, and they have those fields all over. My big thing is hiking, so all I need are my hiking boots and my trekking poles, very small and portable. What about arts and crafts? Maybe you're thinking about selling arts and crafts. Well, if that's the case, you might need a bigger vehicle. Let's say you're burned out, you're fried, or maybe you just want to BLM camp and you want to go on BLM property for 2 weeks, not move, just sit there, put out your big clam tent like I do, not move. Well, you're going to need to haul in an awful lot of water, an awful lot of food, and what about all the trash you're going to make? So if your plan is not moving, you need a bigger vehicle to haul all that stuff. So like I said, figure out the overall plan, whether it's, I just want to do all the national parks, and then you don't need a big vehicle. Or like if you're going to be in an area that it's going to continually rain, maybe you want a bigger vehicle because being out in a tent while it's pouring could be miserable. I mean, I figured out my one favorite thing to do, and y'all know it's casinos, but that's not what I'm going to build my life around. So what's important to me that I'm going to build my life around? Okay, she fits in a Prius, not her. But yes, I do build my life around her. My big thing is food. I love food. I know it sounds silly, but to me, food is medicine. And that's the way a lot of cultures see it, like in India. All the spices and veggies and everything. What I put in my body is a direct correlation as to how I feel. And I want to feel good every day. So cooking and eating healthy is very, very important to me. I can't do anything about, getting older, but I can do stuff about how I feel. So taking care of me, taking care of my food, that's really important. And I personally like cooking and preparing my meals. That was one of the reasons why I did like my Eurovan. It had a nice little refrigerator. It had a refrigerator and a freezer, which I liked, and that was not powered by propane, but I had a 300-watt solar panel on the roof, so that was really nice. And the guys at the van build put that on for me. I do love my Alpacool refrigerator. It's a 20-quart Alpacool. It works out really nice, but there's no freezer, and sometimes it would be nice to have a freezer. And not only do I want to eat healthy, but out here, to go out for breakfast and to have 2 eggs and some hash browns and a cup of coffee, maybe a little bit of orange juice, you're talking $15. Well, eggs used to be dirt cheap, but they're a pretty cheap food, and it's like, I'm not paying $15 for breakfast. I would rather make breakfast on my own. So my electrical requirements are huge, and that's probably why I'm going to go with a hybrid Sienna. I love the Sienna, and this whole area will be my front kitchen, like what I did to my Prius, and I also built it out for my Eurovan. It made cooking really, really nice. And, I might get an Instapot. Well, it has a 1,500-watt inverter, I think, on the Toyota Sienna. But to me, eating healthy is the most important thing. It doesn't matter whether I'm out at a casino or hiking or, gambling. I know I just said out at a casino, or doing my YouTube videos. I want to eat a healthy meal. I don't want junk food. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really have no appetite for sweets or anything. But so eating healthy is my #1 priority, and I want to build my vehicle around it. All right, I hope I helped you guys. You want to say goodbye, Miss Lucy? She's such a little squiggle butt. And, like I said, with the Prius is great for gas mileage. It's great for stealth camping. You can do BLM property. You can do anything really in a Prius that you can do with a Sienna. But I think I'm slowing down. I need to make my health a priority. Y'all know next year I'm going to go in for a couple of surgeries, and thank you for all the tips on the bunion surgery. I really appreciate all those tips. But it's like, 60 and getting older, my health is my priority. So, all right, whatever your priority is, try building your vehicle around it. All right, I'll see you guys down the road. Goodbye from Mount Terry and Miss Lucy.